Hey guys, it's Loves to Loom here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute Willow braid bracelet. This was created by Late Loomer on Instagram. She's a very talented hook-only designer. I absolutely love her designs. Her page is great as well. She does a lot of the flipograms that show her designs, so that's really nice to check out as well. This one here I believe is a variation of the thorax bracelet. I'm not quite sure which one was made first, but the thorax you can also find on my channel. They're both really cool. I like how this one looks from the side too. It looks really cool. So it does take less than 100 bands. And without wasting any more of your time, let's get started. To make this bracelet, you will need any kind of hook and just one C-clip. The first color we're going to place on will be the inner part of our bracelet. I'm going to use my glitzy burgundy, which I will refer to as brown. And I did get these from rainbowloom.com. They are the limited edition bands. So after you place your cap band, you're going to grab 2 more bands of that same color. And we're going to pull these 2 through the cap band and simply reattach it. Like so. So now we're going to start adding on our outside bands. I'm going to alternate each side. So I'll use white and gold. I'm going to start with white. We're going to place this on and we're going to pull this through the first 2 bands. But we're not going to reattach it yet. We now need to pick up the 2 bands that we just pulled it through and place them back on the hook like so. So now we need to actually, this white one is kind of loose the first time, so be careful. We need to flip this middle over the burgundy and over the hook. So I hold on to the bottom and I just kind of slide everything down towards the end, and then I just use my finger to just flip that band over the hook like that. And now the band I'm holding, the white, I'm just going to flip up and reattach it onto the hook. So we're going to do that again. So grabbing my second band for this side, I'm going to bring it through the first 3 this time. Before you reattach it, we're going to grab the 2 bands closest to our hook, which is still the brown. So get them back on the hook like that. You're going to want to pull that white a little bit to give it some slack because we need to flip it over the hook again. So I'm just going to slide everything down using my finger. I'm just going to guide that white over the hook like so. And now before we close it off, we need to place the first white one back on our hook from the outside and then close it off. We're going to do that one more time. So we're going to go through all 4 of the first bands. Now this time, every time you pull your 3rd one through, we're not going to pick both of those inner brown bands up. We're only going to pick up one, and it's going to be the one closest to your hook, like so. And once again, we now need to flip this white over the hook. And before we close this white off, we now need to pick up the other 2 whites and put them back on first. So that was the first white, the second, and then close it off like so. So now we need to pull 2 of your inner color bands through everything on our hook. So just slide it through everything. Reattach it. So now we need to actually turn it around. So just get a nice grip of your bracelet if you're using a regular hook. Turn it around. Place it back on. And now we're ready to work on this side. And that would be our second section. Now I'm going to switch to gold. And we're going to do that exact same thing. So starting with one of my gold, we're going to go through the first 2 bands. Before you reattach, we're going to pick up those 2 brown bands, place them back on the hook. Remember, the first one's always the loosest, so just be careful. We need to get this gold middle part over the hook. So I'm just going to slide it over with my finger. And now the outside of the gold needs to flip up and get reattached back on. Going to do that again, grabbing my second gold. We're going to pull this through the first 3 bands. Before we reattach it, we're going to pick up the 2 bands closest to your hook. Place them back on. Now we're going to flip this gold over the hook. And now before we reattach, we need to add both of these outside bands back on. So there's the first gold, and then close it off with the one you just pulled through. And we're going to do that one more time. So this one will go through the first 4 bands. Every time you pull the third one through, we're only going to pick up 1 band. So we're going to pick up the one that's closest to our hook. Place it back on. And now we will flip this inner gold over again. Like so. And before closing it off, we now need to get these 2 gold back on the hook. So that's the first one, the second one, and then close it off. So now we're going to grab 2 of our inner bands, and we're going to pull these through everything on our hook again. And then you can close that off, like so. So now we need to turn our bracelet around again. So get a nice pinch of it, and flip. So now I'll go back to my white, and we're going to do that all over again. So we're going to go through the first 2, pick up your 2 bands, place them back on the hook. We're going to flip this inner white over the hook, and then attach the outside white. Grab your second band. We're going to bring that through the first 3 bands. We're going to pick up the 2 bands closest to your hook. Place them back on. We're going to flip this middle white over the hook. And now we need to reattach both of the outside whites back on. So the inner one first, and then close it off with the one you just pulled through. Now we're going to bring our last one through. So this is going through the first 4. Sorry about my focus, I don't know why it's doing that. So on the 3rd band, we're only going to pick up 1 of the bands, which is the one closest to our hook. Flip that inner white over the hook. And now we will reattach the first 2 and then close it off. So basically all 3 of those outside ones go back on. So now we will grab 2 of our inner bands, place them on, and this is going to go through everything on our hook. And reattach. And now we can flip it over again. And we will work on the other side. So I'll be back to my gold. So I'll just go through it and you guys can just kind of follow along in case you haven't picked up. Alrighty guys, so hopefully that was enough times for you guys to be able to make this super cute willow braid bracelet. Once you have reached your desired length, you could either attach a C-clip onto the 2 bands here, or that last set of bands you pulled through like I just did here, you could just pull one through, and that way you could just attach your C-clip to one instead of the 2 bands. So there you have it. If you do like this bracelet, please hit the like button below. Again, this is the Willow Braid, created by Late Loomer on Instagram. She is fabulous. She has lots of super cool hook-onlys, lots of really cool flipgrams showing you how to make them on her Instagram page. So again, that is Late Loomer. You can tag her and myself, Loves to Loom, on there if you do decide to make this super cute bracelet. So I do appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you all at my next tutorial. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.